While most of the crypto wallets did turn negative this year because of the prolonged crypto winter, some savvy investors saw an opportunity to still make money. And among them is my next guest, who went from a grocery store worker in his native Sweden to crypto billionaire in less than 4 years. So joining me now is Carl Runefelt, who goes by the Moon online. Carl, thanks so much for coming on the show. I know you say you recently made millions off of the crypto wedge despite the current conditions. Explain to our viewers what a crypto wedge is for those who might be a little bit less familiar.
Hello, thank you so much for having me on. And so I believe what you're referring to is a falling wedge or a rising wedge, and it's actually just a technical pattern in a chart. And there's no such thing as a crypto wedge. It's more like it's a technical wedge. You can find it in the gold price, in the Facebook stock chart. It doesn't really matter which asset you're trading. But if you are a trader, then you can actually take advantage of these patterns and wait for a breakout or a breakdown. And then you can enter a trade and you can actually make money. You can actually make money even if Bitcoin is going down if you short a bearish pattern where the price breaks down. So this is something that I like to do. I also, of course, share my analysis online on my YouTube channel, The Moon, and on Twitter, where I have a bunch of followers where, yeah, people appreciate my analysis. And I don't tell people what to do, but I tell people what I do. And that's what people appreciate.
So, Carl, in this instance, obviously, this is a sort of technical trading execution that we're looking at here, the wedge, a technical analysis, if you will, looking at the charts and responding accordingly as a trader in the crypto space. How have your trades been faring of late?
Well, honestly, when Bitcoin is going down, I tend to trade way less. I wait usually for the bull market, and that's where the big opportunities are usually. But of course, there are always positions that can be made even in a bear market where you can short and actually make money as the Bitcoin price or Ethereum price or any other cryptocurrency is going down. But of course, this applies to any industry and is not something that is just for crypto. But yeah, I've made a few successful trades, but I've also made a few losing trades.
Yeah.
Let's just say I make more money in the bull market than the bear market.
Yeah, I think anyone probably does make more money in a bull market than a bear market, that's for sure, Carl. We all want to see stocks going higher, but about some of these trades, I do want to ask you, I see here that you've said that crypto is a, quote, fantastic hedge against inflation. Unfortunately, as we've seen inflation rise this year at its fastest level in 40 years, we've seen crypto completely crater, hitting its lowest level in a long time. Do you stand by that assertion?
Yeah, so basically, it depends on the time frame you're looking at. If you look at the past 15 years or last 10 years, then inflation has been very high. If you held X amount of dollars since that time, then now your purchasing power is lower. And that applies to any other national currency out there, not only the dollar. Now, if you held Bitcoin since 13 years, then you made millions of percent. Unfortunately, I didn't find Bitcoin 13 years ago, but I did find Bitcoin 5 years ago. And let's just say so far, it's been a great inflation hedge for me because I made a lot of money from just holding Bitcoin, let alone all the businesses that I've created and investments outside of Bitcoin. But just holding Bitcoin in and of itself has actually saved myself and my purchasing power against the dollar or any other currency out there, really. So yes, it is a great inflation hedge. And let me tell you why. Bitcoin is actually the scarcest asset in the universe. There's no other asset out there that has a absolute finite supply like Bitcoin, the 21 million Bitcoin limit. Gold has an inflation. You can always mine more gold. The dollar obviously has inflation. The yen, the euro, they all have inflation. Bitcoin has zero inflation above that 21 million. And that can only take place in a digital world, in a digital currency, within these cryptographic boundaries. And it is actually the scarcest asset in the universe. And I really mean every single word I'm saying there.
But again, it is worth noting that crypto has fallen this year as inflation has risen. So I just want to make sure that is crystal clear for anyone who's watching and thinking about trading based on this very information. Carl, I'm sure you're probably trading on a pretty regular basis, maybe even a daily basis. How often are you trading the crypto market? And what's your outlook for the rest of the year?
So, like I said, the bull market is usually the time to do, these more faster trades. But I would say, in general, I am very, very bullish on Bitcoin. I think that comes as no surprise. But for crypto in general, I think we're just experiencing a small little downturn, a small shakeout, because the thing with Bitcoin and actually any asset in the whole world out there, you always see cycles. There's no such asset as that just goes linearly up like this. There's always cycles because there's always speculation. And sometimes the short-term speculators, they overestimate the rate of adoption. So in a bull market, in the Bitcoin bull market, people start saying that Bitcoin is going to be the world reserve currency next year, and Apple is going into Bitcoin, and now Elon Musk is buying Bitcoin. And then this fear of missing out and hype starts, and then people start buying for the pure purpose of just making quick money rather than investing in a revolutionary asset that Bitcoin is. So many people that buy Bitcoin, they actually don't even know what Bitcoin is. They just heard their friend buy Bitcoin. They saw their, I don't know, mom buy Bitcoin, and that's the wrong entry point. You should buy based on your own research. And let me tell you, Bitcoin is the best form of money that humans have ever had available to them. And this is our opportunity to buy something that is going to be massive in the future. And it's still actually very, very cheap. I would
All
say
right.
as long as Bitcoin is below $100,000, it's still very cheap. And I am accumulating.
Crypto expert Carl Runefelt also goes by the Moon on social media. Carl, thanks so much for coming on. It's good to see you.